Hello children, welcome to today's class. Hope you are safe, happy and healthy at home. Children, in the last class, we had tried to learn the second chapter of your prose text, the first part, the sound of music, and we had learned the great contribution of Evelyn Glennie in the field of music, and that too for the children who were specially abled. That means children with different ability. Hope you have read the lesson at home and tried to understand the concepts and also try to write the character sketch of Evelyn Glennie. Today we'll be learning and also try to understand the second part of the sound of music, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Dear children, Bismillah Khan was a renowned Shehnai player and the pride of our nation. He was a legend. Why I'm saying he was a legend is he was the one who had performed the Shehnai on a historic occasion. That is 15th of August 1947 at Red Fort, even before the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, could address the nation. So this was his contribution towards the nation, and due to this historic performance, he has become the legend of our nation. Now let's try to read the lesson and try to understand about this great personality and also his contribution towards music. If you have your textbooks, please open page 21, and while I'm reading and trying to explain you, please look into your textbook, and if you don't have your textbook, please listen to me carefully and also look at the screen where you will see the paragraphs and also the word meanings. Let's move towards the lesson. The Sound of Music, Part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument was so difficult from the pungi had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a nai, means a barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. Now let's look at the difficult words and their meanings. Banned means prohibited. Shrill means very sharp, which does not sound very pleasant. You don't like the shrill noise or shrill voice. Unpleasant means something you dislike, something which you don't like. Generic name. Generic name means a name given to a class or group as a whole. Generic name means the scientific name or a broad classification of something. Here the generic name means the name given to an instrument which represents maybe different brand instruments of the kind. Tonal quality means sound. Hollow means empty from inside, like the flute. You might have seen the flute now. So hollow from inside. Revived means brought back to life. Reeded. Reeded means wind instruments which have reeds like the flute, the clarinet, etc. Now let's try to understand the first paragraph. Emperor Aurangzeb. So now let's go back to history. You might have studied about Aurangzeb in your history, and your history teacher might have told you about him. So Emperor Aurangzeb, you know, in the olden days, in the king's palace, there used to be many people who used to play the instruments. There used to be dancers in the king's court, isn't it? You might have seen on the television in different serials, and also maybe while you have watched many historical movies, you might have seen that the king used to have a very royal life, you know, and the king's palace used to be decorated with musicians, dancers, and people who used to tell stories, and you know, who used to be very wise, advise the king. So Emperor Aurangzeb, what did he do? He banned a particular musical instrument. Banned means he said that that instrument should not be played in the king's court. So which was that instrument? It was called pungi. You can see on the screen there is a picture of the instrument pungi. Because why he banned? Because it had a very shrill voice, you know, unpleasant sound. Unpleasant means, you know, which people don't like to listen. So he banned the instrument, and pungi became the generic name for reader noisemakers. You know, all those instruments which were, you know, made of reeds, you know, with a hollow space in between. So all those instruments were known as pungi. And you know, many people did not have even the idea that one day this instrument is going to be revived. That means it's going to get a new form, it's going to get a new life. So what happened was, a barber of a family of professional musicians, you know, the barber belonged to a professional musician's family. And what he did, you know, those days the kings used to have the barbers in their palace who used to go to the palace, and they used to, you know, serve them. So this barber had access to the palace, means he used to go to the palace, and he decided to improve the tonal quality, that means the tune of this particular instrument, pungi. So what did he do? He chose a pipe, okay, like, and it had some hollow space like the flute I told you, and the stem was little longer and broader than the pungi. And what did he do? He made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. And then when he tried to play on it, you know, closing and opening some of these holes, like we do the flute. You have seen people playing the flute, you know, they close some of the holes, then they open. So in the same way, this barber